Hey guys, welcome back. Andrew here with Little Box Effects, and in a lot of ways I'm just kind of like you guys. I get really excited about hearing about new pedal releases, things that builders are working on, about to put out. And so today's a fun day to get to announce the newest addition to the collection at Little Box. We're going to dive into that in a second, but I want to say a big thank you to all of you guys who have continued to show support to this channel and to Little Box in general. It's been a really great start of the year, some fun projects from different builders to kick the year off, and it's just been a really full and busy year for me, so I really appreciate the support, all the business that you guys are sending my way. If you guys are new to the channel or to Little Box, please hit subscribe below to keep up on the videos here, and hit the link in the description to check out the whole collection and catalog of effects and other gear at Little Box Effects. So today we're talking about a new version of a pedal that is kind of become a classic in the overdrive world and pedals in the last handful of years. The Benson Preamp has been a mainstay in the collection at Little Box. It's also been a mainstay on a lot of boards that I've used personally, and we are lucky enough to have it in this Little Box exclusive powder blue if you're looking for the OG Benson Preamp pedal. Today we're talking about the Germanium Preamp. So this is a brand new version that features a germanium first gain stage that's sort of a derivative of the Benson Boost, the Germanium Boost, and that replaces the FET transistor in the first gain stage of this pedal and gives it a little sort of nuanced difference in feel, in tone, in response, without losing the expected vibe of the Benson Preamp. I'm excited to approach this video a little more like a compare contrast, kind of get to put these two pedals side by side and hear how they sound similar and different, the nuances and the different characteristics of each version. But we're going to start into the sound samples focusing in on the new guy, the Germanium Preamp, and get to hear kind of the whole range of different sounds and tones you can get from it. So in terms of comparison, you get the exact same control set, the exact same layout, the exact same interface on both pedals. You've got your EQ on the left hand side here with bass and treble. You have volume and drive on the right hand side here, and they both really interact and feel very amp-like. That was sort of the draw and the calling card for the original preamp that's based around the Chimera front end, and so you get that with both of them. The Germanium does add a subtly nuanced and different texture and feel to this brand new version. To my ears and my feel, the Germanium version has a bit more prominent in the low mids and low end, just kind of an overall warmth that you tend to hear in terms of Germanium circuits. And similarly in the top end, you still get that nice chime and sparkle and presence that you get from the preamp circuit, but it feels a little bit more smoothed out and just a little bit more rounded out in the very top end sort of presence of this pedal. You also, in terms of feel, I think get a little bit of that sag. It's almost how you'd compare like a tube rectifier to a solid state rectifier in a tube amp. You get a little bit more sag, a little bit more just give as you're playing it and digging into it or pulling back from it, versus the regular FET version. To my ears and feel has a little bit more stiff of a response, and again, this is like 5-10% in my experience. I wouldn't call them drastic differences, but nuanced and noticeable enough that they are distinct and different feels and different textures there. So you'll get a feel for that as we go through the sound samples. I think we will spend a bunch of time with the Germanium pedal and then bounce back and forth for a good while between the two, and you'll get to hear that distinction and those differences. So let's wrap this part up. We're gonna go over to a pedal board shot, and you'll get to hear the sounds of the Germanium Preamp followed by a compare contrast with both of these pedals. I'm using a pretty straightforward setup here. We're going to play a Josh Williams Mockingbird with some really nice low output PAF pickups. Going to run into the two preamps at first independently, and then onto a UA golden reverb with a little bit of plate reverb there. We're running into a Hiwatt DR20 amp into my UA aux box, and let's hear that sounds. Again, you can check these both out, available at Little Box now, littleboxeffects.com. and drop any notes or comments about which of these you like, which you'd pick if you had to pick one of them. What are the characteristics or aspects of each that you are drawn to, and let's chat about the Benson Preamp. Here we go.